Okay, welcome everybody. I'm a few minutes early and I'm trying to get myself situated. So come on in and we'll get started in about 5 or 6 minutes. All right, my head's chopped off. That's okay. Well, I'm going to see if I can't put on another camera. We'll see if we can do that. And I got to fix my hair. All right, so let's see what's happening here. Let's get the chat going. And then we will. Oh, good. Now it's saving my stuff. Oh, I just love it. Okay, so we're going to get the chat opened up. And there we go. Okay, so the chat is open now. I am going to see if I can add a guest, which is going to be myself. So give me just a minute. We're going to see if we can do this here. I know I'm going to have to do something. Let's see. Copy the link. Okay. Let's see. Share this link with your guests and also share instructions. Okay, now what do I do? Oh, how do I do that? Copy the link. Oh, email. Oh, no. All right, we may not be able to do that. Let's see. No, we're not going to do that. Hang on. Share. Let me see what it says about share. No, we don't want to do that either. Okay, never mind. We're just going to go the way it is. All right, let me get my light turned on. See if that helps. Probably not going to help me. Okay, we're dropping the camera. I told you. This is how it goes. This is how it is with Dawn Duvall. You never know, big people. Very sorry about that if anybody was out there. Oh, I got 2 people watching. Watch me just crash my camera. Okay, well, that's all right. We're good. We are good to go. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right. What I get for trying to fiddle with the thing. I was trying to get it so I get it straight. There we go. All right. I'm going to step out of the camera for just a second. I got to comb my hair. I know. It's a girl thing, right? I'm going to sit here and I'm not touching anything. How are you? You have been great, Jen. Trying to add myself as a guest, and I think I have to do. I'm not sure. I did it before. Now I got to go back and read how I do that because I thought I'd do that I could show have myself as the guest, and then I wouldn't have to keep flipping the camera back and forth. But it is what it is. So, oh my goodness gracious! I tell you. What's been going on? Anything exciting? Did you see the winter? Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I was just getting ready to say that. I'm watching the news, and they're talking about the weather, and we're going to be in the 80s or something. And then, and by the way, next Monday, I'm thinking, oh, please. And I know it's, not cold for other people, but for us, it's cold. That's what I tell everybody. If you live in Florida and you don't like, cold weather, anything that gets below 60 is cold for me. Welcome, everyone. Come on in, have a seat, and join us. We'll get started here in about, we'll probably do 4 to 5 minutes. It's 2 minutes to 7. So thank you, everyone, for getting here early. I appreciate that. And tonight I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'll share all that with you shortly. But anyways, so it's been, and of course today, I don't know what is wrong with my dog. Nothing bad. She has been hyper. I mean, oh my goodness, she has been like following my husband all over the place. And I don't know if she knows that. And she probably senses. He went to the eye doctor yesterday, and he's got some issues with some hereditary stuff from the family in his eyes. And one of his eyes, he all of a sudden realized he couldn't see as well out of it. So the doctor gave him these drops to put in his eyes. So he did. Well, of course, 1 out of 10 people get a reaction. Well, he woke up this morning, one eye was really red and swollen and all that stuff. So I think the dog must sense that or something. I'm not sure. So he called the doctor, and they said, it's that will happen. So just let it go and it should get better throughout the day, which it has. But I wonder if the dog senses that and she knows there's something going on with him because she's been kind of clingy to him and she is I don't want to say she's my dog, but she's more my dog than his dog. But today, it was all about him. And if he got up and went from one part of the house to the other, she had to follow him. He took her out for a walk because I was trying to get tonight's class ready, and then I've got my shell point class tomorrow, and I'm using some kits. So I had to go through and sort it's the same kit, but I had to sort it all to get all of their pieces that they needed for each card. And that took a while. And I wanted to make sure I've got time tomorrow morning to go through it because if if I don't have any other people signing up for this particular class than what I've already accounted for, then I'm going to spread it out so they'll make extra cards. So anyway, so that's what we're doing. But the dog has been, she is a mess, I'm telling you. And the way she watches this big picture window, I think I've showed y'all, that is like the savior of all for that dog because she just sits on her stool and there's a wicker chair that it really is designed to go outside, but we keep it there with the footstool. And she watches people walk by. She watches the dogs, go by with their owners. She watches the alligators. She watches the golfers because we have water and then the golf course. And it just keeps her absolutely occupied throughout the day. So I think now I took her for a short walk. And I think now she's laying down sleeping. My husband's out to dinner. His brother's in town. His wife just left today to go back to Williamsburg. And then Barry's staying another week or 10 days, something like that. So anyways, I know, don't you love it? Rusty watches everything. That's what's so crazy. So, okay, welcome everyone. We've got a good crowd. Come on in, have a seat, and we will get started at 7:02. So let's get started since we've at least got 5 of us watching that I know of. There could be stalkers out there that don't show themselves, which is fine. No problem. The chat is open, so if you decide you would like to put some comments in there and I'll respond, I will try to take a look at that as often as I can. So I'm going to go ahead and start out by introducing myself, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dawn Duvall. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I have been doing this for 15 years this month. And I absolutely love what I do. It's just fun. I just absolutely love it. And I really enjoy helping others. I don't want to call it teaching, but and everything I've done in the years of my previous years, every kind of those testing that you take, I've always said that I should have been a teacher. I'm not sure why, but anyways, so I love what I'm doing, and I absolutely love sharing with everybody. So I'm going to do something a little bit different tonight. We'll go over that in just a minute. But I live in Fort Myers, Florida, and we are not used to the cold weather, and we've got some warm weather, and then I think Monday we're supposed to go down cold again. So we're not too thrilled about that. But anyway, so I live in Fort Myers, Florida, and there's something else I was going to tell you all now. I forgot. I don't know, can't remember. So I'm 68 this year in June, and I'm already starting to get forgetful. There's a problem with that. So, all right. So what we're going to do this evening, hey Sam, how are you? What we're going to do this evening is I'm going to show you a fun fold card, which we have done numerous times, but I'm going to show you 6 ways that you can take that one design and make it into these 6 different ways. We're going to fold that fold, but make it look like different cards. Okay. So this is a great thing. I made 6 cards today for you guys. So I'm not really going to make cards. I'm just going to walk you through the steps and show you what we're going to do on 2 of them. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. So thank you, everyone. Oh, well, I knew there was something else I had to tell y'all. Starting tomorrow, Stampin' Up is offering free shipping on $75 or more, which would then also qualify you for the product of the month. So if you've not purchased that, keep that in mind. If you have bonus, I don't want to say bonus points, but if you have bonus points or bonus dollars that you've not used, if you use those, your order total has to be $75. So If you use two $5 and you reduce it by 10, then you got to find something else for $10 to make it. So you actually need to have a $75 order or above to qualify for free shipping. And that's going to run through Friday, the 20th. I think that's the 20th. Yeah. Right? Yes. Through Friday. All right. So keep that in mind. Great time to stock up on anything that you might need. And also, with the new catalog coming out in April, if you do not have your refills of ink or the ink pads for the end colors that are still staying, or the ones that are getting ready to retire, then I would highly encourage you. You might want to throw those on there as well. And then also check out the last chance list. There are quite a few things on there that are dropped. They've reduced the price on. They're pretty good. So I'm going to check that out myself. All right. So with that being said, let me turn the camera down. I'm going to give me just a second. I got to flip this little thing so I'm not backwards to you guys. All right, hang on. Hopefully I won't drop this like I did with Karen. All right, get the computer out of the way. I think we're good. Am I right side up? Let me see. Am I right side up? Can y'all see that? I think that's right? Yeah, because there's my Stampin' Up thing. So I think this is good for you guys. I'm going to flip it one time, just make sure. Oh, yeah, you got it. Okay, we're good. All right. So let me tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and create the pattern. And we just did one of these not too long ago. And then I'm going to show you the cards. I'm going to walk you through them. And then the last two, I'm going to do some extra cutting. All right. So we're going to start with a 8.5 by 5.5. Give me a second. I'm going to try to get this in here. I apologize. 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock. And we're going to turn it. And we're going to score this at 2 1/8. Okay, so we're going to score at 2 1/8. And we just made one of these, I want to say at least a week or so ago. So there's my 2 inch and there's my 2 1/8. So we're going to do 2 1/8. And I'm doing this with a light color so that you'll be able to see everything. Okay. And give me 1 second. Camera's just a little bit. And I'll move this down. All right. And then, okay, so we scored at 2 1/8. Now we're going to move it down to 4 1/4. Okay, so we've all done this before, right? So nothing new. All right, so let me fold this, and then that way with this light paper, you should be able to see it. All right, so we're going to fold this one this way, right? It's going to fold back. We're going to use our button folder, and then we're going to fold it on that 4 1/4 mark. So we have this fun fold right here, okay? Like a Z fold, I guess, but that's how it's going to look, right? So we've all done this before, just like that, correct? Okay, so now this is what we're going to start with. Let me show you. Let me think about this. How do I want to do this? All right, we'll just start with this one. Okay, so there's our there is our base that we're working with. Okay, so here's the card. Now you can do it this way, right? We can fold it back this way, which is the one I'm going to show you right now. So we can do it this way, and I'll show you a card. All right, let's start. I got these in order, so let me just go this way. All right, so we can do like this. We can do it like this, or we can flip this one down and do it like that, right? So you with me? Okay, so that's the card base. So here's the card that I did. I did another Easter card since Easter's coming up. So you can see my same design, right? I've got my flap. Instead of flapping it back to the left, I'm flapping it to the right. And then I'm turning it into the landscape mode. And you can put whatever you want to put on the front, and you want to attach it. In this particular case, you only want to attach it to the center, or however far you want to attach it. So pick your paper that coordinates. And then when you open it, you'll have another piece on the inside. And then this, with your sentiment, you want to pop up on dimensionals. And that's what's going to allow you to have the card fold like an easel. Okay, so you see how it's folding? It's using this as my block to hold it up. And then it can sit on a desk. And then the person who received it can look at that beautiful Easter card and go, isn't that pretty, right? And then when they're done, you get ready, or when you mail it, it lays flat. Okay, so that's one way. You've seen that before, correct? All right, so there's one. And this is using the Easter basket suite, the paper and the stamps and dies. I love this paper. It really is pretty. And I use the colors that are in there. This is petal pink, pretty in pink. I'm using I think this is melon mambo if I'm not mistaken, and sun shy shamrock, and then I cut out the Easter eggs and then just colored those as well, and then stamped the Hello Spring. And I thought that was appropriate with all those flowers. All right, so that's the first card. Okay. Now another way that you can do this is we can do it. We're going to go back into this mode, right, where it's flapped over. Now this one, you can take it and then do your sentiment in the vertical, or you can do it either way. You can have it in a horizontal way, or you can do it vertical, or you can put circles here, or however you want to do that. And then when you open it, you'll have your paper underneath, and then you'll have your sentiment on the inside or another sentiment. Or you could just leave it blank, and that's where you would write your message. You don't need to worry about, I wouldn't worry about putting paper on this side because you're really not going to see it. And this is done in balmy blue, and this was another one of the Easter basket, and that's the paper as well. This is the back side of one of those papers. Isn't that cute? It's a real light balmy blue. And then look at these little Easter eggs. These are embellishments that you can order, and they come in these yellow dots, blue, and then the cute little eggs. Isn't that precious? And these are called the Easter assortment. So I use 2 of those little Easter eggs down there. And again, that's just another way we got the same design, right? So we're just going to fold it just like that. And with it being cut, scored at 2 1/8, then I just cut this paper at 2 inches by 5 1/4. Now, if you're going to put another sheet, another backing behind this, then you would want that piece to be, and I think I've got one in here and I'll show you. That piece would be the 2 inches by 5 1/4. And then you would put your designer paper would be at 1 3/4 by 5. And that would be a way to layer it. But I didn't think we needed to layer that one. So there's another one. Now, we might not take that long tonight on this class. Anyways, all right. Let's say the next one we can do, it's the same fold, right? So here is, I've got my papers a little off. I guess I wasn't paying attention, right? Normally you want to have these, I'm pointing out my mistake. Normally you want these things to be even, but obviously I wasn't paying attention when I glued the paper down. Okay. So here's another one. Now this one we're doing the same thing. We're going to build it this way, but this way is going to be in the portrait, right, mode instead of landscape. And what I did here was I used 3 different size circles, stamped my sentiment, and then before I attach these on dimensionals, and I just put the dimensionals right where the creases, where it's going to bend, and then that way I can pop that up, right? And then I placed this part. I've got very vanilla underneath, and then this one I've got a piece of Secret C, and then I layered it with one of the Peaceful Garden pieces of designer paper. So that acts like my locking mechanism again. So when somebody receives this, they can open it and then place it just like that, and then that's going to stay open so your card can stand up or their card can stand up. So another cute way. This is from, is this the blue you're talking about, Karen? This is Secret C, and then this is from, I think this is the Peaceful Garden. So it's not it's the Christmas one, but it doesn't, to me, that doesn't look too Christmassy. It looks kind of more winter. So again, same design, right? We've scored it at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4, and then it just changes the whole look of that card, doesn't it? From that one, very similar to this one, right? To this one, and then we opened it this way, right? All right, so there's that card. This is a great way. So if you're sitting down making cards, you could just use that same design right here. Use the same design, and all of a sudden you've got a bunch of cards with a different look, right? Okay, now here's a different one. All right, same design, but look what we've done. We've placed a card on front, a card front, and I glued it to the top half right here, right? And then I have this popped up on dimensional. So that's going to be my place that it's going to hold it in place. And then again, it's going to stand up. So you can see, and I'll flip it over. There's my bend. So there's my card, just like this one, right? I'm going to put it right there. So there's my card, my scores at 2 and an 8. And I've got it in this way. And then we've just put a 5 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece of the same cardstock color, which is Old Olive. And then I used a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4, and then a piece of this paper, which is 3 3/4 by 5, and this is still part of that Easter Bunny paper. But again, it changes the whole look of that card. So let me lift it this way. So look at that. So how it changes it just by adding a full, and you're only going to glue it down on that front layer. So you're only going to glue it down right to this layer right here. And then that piece will stand up. So when you lay it down flat, it looks like a regular card. And then when your person receives it, they can again stand this up on their desk and they can look at that beautiful card that you made. So another way that you can create these cards, and this is using, what is the name of this stamp set? This is the, Friends Don't Let Friends, the Cancer. The Love and Courage, that's the Cancer one. So I just thought that was pretty. And I put the hearts in there and love, and then Friends Don't Let Friends Fight Cancer Alone, and then It's Okay to Not Be Okay. So I just thought that, again, very clever, using the same design, but we just added a card front to the top of this. All right. So there's our other one. So that's what? 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So this is our 4th card. So we might be done early this evening. I'll bring them all out for those that may just be joining. All right, so here we go. Here's another one. Okay, now you've seen this one before too, right? Where we go, it's the same exact design, right? Just like that. Okay, so all I did was you're going to cut, and I'll show you how to do this. I'll use this piece right here, and then I've got another one I'll show for something else. So again, we've got the same type of fold, and then it opens like that, just like this one, right? Same thing, correct? But we just cut it at an angle. So let me show you. I'm going to cut this one down. So let me show you how we're going to angle cut. All right, the first thing you want to do is we want to have these 2, 2 1/2, 2 1/8 pieces at the top, and we're going to line up our trimmer, or line up our cardstock at the 3-inch mark. Okay, so you're going to line it up at 3 inches, and all we're going to do, I'm just going to make a little mark. Oh, wait a minute. Let me make sure I've got it going the right direction. Hang on, because I got to cut it. Hold on a minute. I got to cut it. Yeah. All right, so this is at the top. We're going to line it up at 3. All I'm going to do with this, and you can use a pencil, I'm just going to make a little mark with my scoring blade so that I can see where I need to cut, okay? And we're going to, let me get a pencil and I'll show you. Hang on 1 second. Let me grab a pencil. So here is my mark right there. That's at the 3-inch mark, okay? All right, so line up the top of your card, 3 inches. And then what we'll do is we're going to place this in this card. We're going to line up. Here's our 4 1/4 score line, right? We want to cut that. So when we fold it, it's going to cut that off. Okay. So we're going to place this in the paper trimmer, in the track, and we're going to line up this line right here, and we're going to cut that all the way down. So I'm going to put it in the center, and I'm going to start there and then bring it all the way back. course, you see my pencil marks, but that's just to show you what we're doing. And then we have our card, and then I folded it back, and there you go. We're right in the same design that I have right here. So you understand? You got that? So line it up with this at the top, 3 inches, and then just cut it down to your angle. And then that will create the base that we have right here. And this paper that I'm using is I think it's Cute as a Bug. Let me see what it is. Yeah, Cute as a Bug. I thought that was cute. So, and then what I did on cutting I put the layers. So I put Very Vanilla. So here's the front, and I tried to get it to coordinate. And then we opened it up, and then I used the Stampin' Blend, and I just did the little dots just to make it so the circle didn't look so plain Jane. All right, so just like we've done before, we just cut that in an angle, and then it covers that up. And then you can write your message there, or you don't have to put it, and you just put a message on the back of the card, whichever works, for you. So if you're going to layer, what I did was I lined up my Very Vanilla, the whole piece, right? So it would be 2 inches by 5 1/4. And then I just measured what this piece is here, and then I just cut it down, or laid the piece on here and made a mark where to cut it. Now the designer paper, you can see, and I'm not too particular, but if you are one of the perfectionist people, this probably will drive you crazy. If you can see right here, I don't have my designer paper coming to a point, but I did try to line that up so I could get it cut at an angle. But you may have to play with that a little bit, but it really wasn't that difficult. And honestly, my eye doesn't really come there. My eye is looking at all this beautiful paper here. So that, again, the same format, right? So we're still working with that same format. And we've got the same card, right? So we've got the same thing, just in a different format, okay? All right, now the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to take another piece of Very Vanilla, and I'm going to do the same scoring again, because we're going to now make a different card. And but let me show you first. I'm going to show you the card, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. So here is the card, and it opens like that. Okay. So you're going, well, Dawn, how come it's smaller? Well, that's what I'm going to show you. So we're going to take our piece of Very Vanilla. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to line it up at 2 1/8 and score. Let me get my blade out of the way. All right, so 2 1/8. And then we're going to come back down to 4 1/4. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn this, and we're going to cut off 1 inch. 1 inch of the paper. And this is going to be, it can be top or bottom, it doesn't matter. So we're going to cut that off. Okay. All right. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. So now we have this piece, and we're going to do the same thing. You can either fold it this way, which is what we're going to do for our card, and fold it that way. So it's given us a little bit of a smaller card, but then we're going to take our piece that we cut off, and we're going to fold, right? We're going to fold our pieces here on the score lines, and we're going to get them straight, right? Make sure they're even. And then when we get ready to attach it, you're going to attach it. You're going to attach it after you get it, all your paper, and I'll show you in just a second. You're going to butt this up to the edge of your card. You only want to glue it down on this piece here, right? Let that go. This one, the smaller piece on the right, you want to butt it up against the edge of the card and glue just that one little piece down right here. So when you fold it, it folds like that, okay? Make sense? So I'm going to hold it down. So you're going to fold it, glue so it comes up to the edge. This one's glued down, and then when you open it, we have the layer at the bottom, and that's what this card is right here. So I cut the top off, and I used, see how it opens? I've got this side right here glued, and then I have this side right here glued down. And then I just decorated the front piece and both sides. I did do this side because it is open, and I decorated this. And then again, I put the sentiment with the writing sentiment. And I kind of thought after I put this on here, I don't think I would have done that because it takes away from my pretty little bugs. And I really like these bugs are dancing and this guy's sitting there sniffing a flower or something. I think the next time if I did this with a pattern here, I would probably just flip it over and put a white piece on the back, and that's where I would write my message. So I think that would be a lot easier to do than putting that there to mess up. It kind of takes away from the scene, doesn't it? So that's how you create that card. Same design, but instead of doing the angle, we still got the same folding, right? We're just going to cut an inch off the top and flip it down here and then decorate everything. And you've got another great fun fold card. So I know that only took less than 30 minutes. So let me bring the cards back in so you can see how easy these are. And I want to see you all make these cards and post them. All right, so here's the first card. Now and they all fit in the regular envelope, regular mailing envelope. All right, so there's that one. The diagonal one, very simple. Measure at, make your mark at the 3-inch mark and cut it, and then you've got your diagonal, and then you decorate it however you want to decorate it. So again, we've made these before as well. I don't think we've done this one before, but we've done these. All right. And then this one I've not done before. I really like the idea. I saw this from one of the other demonstrators in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think she's in the UK. But I love this one because it looks like a regular card, right? And then they're going to open it and they're like, oh, and it flips up, and then you've got your little holder there. So that's fun too if you maybe we're going to send a picture of maybe they just had a newborn baby. I don't know, whatever you want to do to decorate the front of the card. And then that's what they're going to see when they stand it up on their desk or their fireplace or whatever. So I just thought that was the cutest thing too. All right, so we've got that one. And then here's the other one. Again, the same design. It flaps down. And this one, we just put the designer paper the same on the front. And then you could use squares, circles, whatever you want to decorate for your sentiment. Hey, Linda. And decorate from the sentiments. You could do the same thing. And then, again, you want to add your piece on the inside. And then just pop this up. I did pop this up on dimensional. So you put your base piece behind it and the designer paper, and then once you fold it down, it's going to stand just like that. So now we have another fun fold. Linda, I'm just showing how to use this design of that fun fold. We did one a week or so ago like that, where we score this at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. And we're making different designs. So here's one that will stand up, and I've got my sentiment popped up on dimensionals as well. And then we did, and I'll go back and review for those that have just popped on. And then we've done another one, same fold. So we've just put a backing behind our sentiment, and that covers the sentiment on the inside of the card. And that's in the portrait mode. And then the other one is, again, the same design. It just looks different. We did it in the horizontal. And this one, we glued half of the sentiment on this front flap and then put our designer paper on the bottom. Our sentiment, we popped up with dimensionals. And again, that's going to be the kickstand to hold our card in place. And so that's the 6 cards. And that for those that just joined, here's one. I'll just show you real quick. This is the same design, but all we did was take a card front of 5 1/4 by 4 1/4 and glued it right to that first flap so that it can stand up as well. And then it lays flat for mailing. And then we did the 2 horizontals, and I gave you the information on this. Again, this one, you're going to line up the top like that, measure 3 inches, and then you're going to cut down to the score line at 4 1/4, and then decorate as you want. We've done these before. And then the last one, again, just for a recap, the same design. We just took the piece of cardstock, and this is what we did. We just cut off 1 inch from the top. So that's our card base. Cut that 1 inch, and then took this and just flipped it over, and then attached it to our card after we've decorated it. So there you go, 1 card fold, and you can create 6 different looks to your card. So I know this is a short video, but I thought this had a lot of good information in it. And I thought it might be something that y'all would enjoy too. So I'm going to put the Easter card like that so you can kind of see, because it's kind of hard. I'll hold it up. All right, so there you go. You can see all these different designs of how we made these cards. So that gives you some homework that you all can start creating some new designs and use up your paper that you have. So it's a great way, using that one design, use up different papers to make the cards look all completely different. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. I didn't do any stamping. I did it all in advance, but I thought it would be a lot easier to describe it and show it to you on how this one design, you can get so many uses out of it, which I just think is awesome. So you can probably see a little bit more of these cards, because I'm gonna start using this design to make them. But I really, really do like this one. I really like the one that you put the card front on the front. It looks like a regular card, and then it can stand up. I thought that was the cutest thing. Okay, so that was short and sweet and to the point, you guys. So this, again, if you came in late, you can come back and watch the video on the replay. The slant diagonal. Oh, I know. I like this one because it looks really snazzy, doesn't it? I like that, and I really like this cute as a bug paper. This is the first time I just opened it. And I haven't used it before, but I really like that. It's just very, I like the fruit and everything. And I do like the one here with the bugs. Next, that's the cutest, those little bugs. And again, I wish I did not put that there. I should have not put this here and just put the white on the back to write me message. So don't do what I did, okay? All right, everybody. There you go. Thank you for taking a few minutes. I really appreciate it. It was only 30 minutes, but I wanted to be able to show you all these different ways that you could use the same design and create all of these cards. So if you have any questions or anything, please reach out and let me know. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your evening. Don't forget, free shipping starts tomorrow. It runs through Friday, $75 or more. Get your shipping for free. Okay, everyone. Thanks again. Have a great time. And I will see you back Friday, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for our Technique Fundamental Friday. So I guess I'll be working on that tomorrow. I'll probably work on that Thursday, because I got my Shell Point class tomorrow. So woohoo! All right, everybody. Thanks again. It was short and sweet and to the point. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you Friday at 12 o'clock for Fundamental Friday. We're going to do another technique class. All right, everyone. See you later. Bye now.